Hey friends, hope you guys are well. I'm so frustrated. I ended up yesterday was a little annoying. Oh my god, my hair's a mess. But essentially I was heading out to go to boxing class, and I was wondering, why am I walking like a cartoon character outside? I mean, of course there's snow and of course there's ice, and trying to be very judicious with how I walk around, but I was like, nah, my feet are not, something's up. You wanna know what was up? This, can you see it? You see this? This is what was up. This is why I'm walking like I'm crazy outside. And with those shoes, mind you, I paid for those shoes. I bought those shoes in October for $100 from Sports Check. They're by the Roxy brand. Bought them in October. I was on the road to the gym, and the sole of the shoe started falling out. Very similarly to this whole arrangement here. Very similar thing that was going on. I went straight to the store because thankfully the store was very close to where I go to the gym. And I said to them, like, hey, I literally bought this 2 months ago. Why is this breaking? And they took it from me. They were very apologetic. They marked it as defective. They gave me a brand new one without me having to pay for it, which I appreciate. But I assumed that this was just a defective shoe. Now, mind you, I know I have heavy feet. I know that I go through shoes pretty quickly. But typically, from what my experience is that I pay for one shoe, one pair of boots for the winter. And that shoe will at least last me until winter's over. So if I buy a shoe October, let's say, the shoe will usually last me until April, May. I have never, even shoes I buy unless I buy like a $10, $20 shoe from Walmart, I have never, if I've paid $100 for a shoe, I've never had a shoe bust in 2 months. And I've also never gone back to a store to complain about buying a shoe 2 months ago and it breaks. Get a new one. And then that shoe breaks in 2 months. And it's like, okay, well, that tells me that you don't have quality shoes. You have garbage that you're selling for $100. So I just want to let people know that the Roxy brand, R-O-X-Y, Roxy brand at Sports Check, do not buy their boots. Don't buy their winter boots. Those are $100. They're going to break within 2 months of wear. 2 months of everyday wear and tear. And mind you, I'm not doing crazy stuff in my boots. Yes, I have boxing classes. I have boxing shoes for boxing classes. Yes, I go skating. I have skates for skating. All I do in those shoes is I walk. The worst I'll do in those shoes is run for the bus. And when I'm running for the bus, that's a less than 5-minute run. I also went to Canadian Tire yesterday. And mind you, this is all in the middle of the snowstorm weekend that we're having in Toronto. I went to Canadian Tire yesterday. Why? I was on my way home. I had bought a suitcase from them on clearance, and because my suitcase broke. Now, suitcases breaking, that doesn't bother me as much. Boots, I feel like, okay, that's regular wear, and that shouldn't be regular wear and tear. The suitcase breaking, I probably should look into a better quality suitcase, but I actually like the way this one looks, and it lasts me about a month or two, and it's under $100. I'm like, you know what, I'll eat that cost. But I bought a suitcase from them on clearance, and as I felt the suitcase, I was like, this is a little flimsy, and it's not gonna last. But I thought I had a little more time with it. I thought I had enough time to go back home, order a new suitcase, and would be good. As I'm pulling the suitcase through the snow, the handle came off. Like, okay, I'm walking, snow is falling, it's literally the middle of a snowstorm, and the handle's coming off. Thankfully, I was at a spot where I could quickly catch a bus, and Canadian Tire was very close by. And so I literally had to go to the Canadian Tire, pick up the suitcase I always like to have, and then repack the suitcase into the new thing. And I just went to Canadian Tire employees. I'm like, can you guys do something with this suitcase? Because it's a snowstorm. I don't have a car. I'd rather not carry this broken suitcase with me. I'm like, I'm happy to throw it out back if you guys have a dumpster or something there. And they actually took it from me. And so shout out to the Canadian Tire employees. Y'all are real ones. So that's for the boots. I thought about going back to that mall because they do have some places with boots, but I said, you know what? I'm tired of paying for these $100+ boots, and these boots don't work. So I went to Walmart. And you know what? Walmart had boots that are considered work boots. So these have like steel toes and they have a whole bunch of other stuff to them. But it was actually under $100. It was like, I think it was about $90. And then they have grips at the bottom, which hopefully should help with any slip and slide. So very excited to see how these go. Unfortunately, these are final sales, so taking a bit of a risk with these, but at least I was able to get what I needed quickly and go. So I know in the States they're boycotting Walmart. I need to figure it out because I would love to join them, but I have to figure out where else I can go. Because the issue is that with Walmart, they have the more affordable prices for things, for food, for groceries, for things like that. A lot of the other retailers that are predominantly Canadian retailers, like Longo's, and Longo's owns like pretty much every subsidiary. They're a huge conglomerate. They own every subsidiary of grocery stores. I think they own Fortino's. They might own Sobeys, but I'm not sure. They definitely own No Frills. Like they own a lot of, I think Metro's also the part of their family. All of those retailers, they jacked up their prices during COVID, during the time where they knew supply chain issues were happening. People were very at risk for health and safety and losing their jobs and things like that. They decided that in such a precarious time, that was a time for them to jack up prices. And, you know, I haven't forgotten about that. And I don't really want to give them my money or my business because I know that when things were really dire for Canadians, that's the time when they really put the squeeze on us. And so it's like, I'm trying to think, okay, if they're not great and the Walmart's not great, like where else is there? I don't know, maybe some of these Chinese or Korean superstores, I don't know. I have to kind of match this out and figure out like if I can actually help and support in any way. But yeah, that's life for me. So I'm gonna go quickly shower and head out to go to the pool. Hope you guys enjoy your day. Hopefully your Valentine's Day was good. Mine was great. And hopefully you enjoy your family day weekend. All the best. Toodles.